Now again see the students, this is about that is the nature of solute and solvent we already learned. Now again the non-polar organic compounds like cholesterol dissolve in non-polar solvent, such as benzene sugar dissolves in water, but the cholesterol is non-polar and it dissolves into the non-polar solvents such as benzene. But though sugar is non-polar, still it dissolves in water. Why? Because sugar is non-polar, water is polar, still sugar dissolves in water, and this is only due to the hydrogen bonding. Again, ethanol also dissolves into the water, and that is the reason that are the hydrogen bonding which are present in sugar and water and in ethanol and water. And therefore, sugar dissolves in water because the intermolecular hydrogen bonding between sugar and water molecule is there. Now, the second factor, that is the effect of temperature on solubility. Now, how solubility of substance changes with temperature depends on the enthalpy of the solution. The enthalpy, that is the delta H value of the solution, it determines how the substance dissolve into that of the solvent. And if delta H, that is the negative, then the dissolution process is exothermic. That means heat is evolved. But if delta H is positive, then the dissolution process is endothermic. That means heat is absorbed by the system. And we know that generally the substances dissolve very, that is readily, if the temperature of the solution, you will increase the temperature of the solution. But there are some of the substances which dissolves when the process is exothermic. That means when temperature decreases. Now that is the effect of temperature on solubility of the solute. Now the effect of temperature on solubility is that how solubility of substance changes with temperature depends on enthalpy of the solution. Now many solids like KCl, NaCl, so many solids like KCl dissolve in water by endothermic process. That is by absorption of heat. When temperature is increased, the solubility of the substances increases. We know that as temperature increases, solubility of the substances increases according to the Le Chatterley's principle. Because as the temperature increases, more and more of the solute get dissolved into that solution. Now, addition of heat causes stress on the saturated solution. As we add the heat, there causes the stress on that saturated solution, and this stress favors the endothermic process. That means this stress favors the dissolution of more and more solute into the solvent. On the other hand, when the substance dissolves in water by an exothermic process, some substances dissolve in water by exothermic process, that is its solubility decreases with an increase in temperature. That means as the temperature increases, solubility decreases, but as temperature decreases, their solubility increases. That means at exothermic process means that is the evolution of the heat. Some of the substances dissolve into the solvent by evolution of heat, by decreasing temperature. But if we increase the temperature of such solutions in which these substances are dissolved, their dissolution process slows down. So some of the substances dissolve in water by exothermic process, that is by evolution of heat. By lose of heat, the substances dissolves in water, some substances. And if we increase the temperature, their solubility decreases. Its solubility decreases with increase in temperature. And which are such substances whose solubility decreases on increasing the temperature? These are some substances such as calcium chloride, lithium sulfate. These dissolves in water by releasing the heat, by evolution of the heat. Now this is the effect of temperature on the solubility of the substance. Now let us learn again the effect of pressure on solubility of the substance. Now pay attention students on the blackboard. Now again the solubility of the solute which depends upon the temperature, this is explained as there is no matter of exothermicity or endothermicity. Some of the solute dissolves on increasing the temperature of the solution, and some of the solute dissolves on decreasing the temperature of the solution. So it is important to understand that there is no direct correlation between the solubility and exothermicity or endothermicity. There is no such direct correlation between the solubility and exothermicity or endothermicity. For example, dissolution of calcium chloride in water is exothermic, that is on evolution of heat. This calcium chloride dissolves in water, whereas that of NH4NO3 ammonium nitrate is endothermic. The solubility of ammonium nitrate is endothermic, that is on increasing the temperature, its solubility of ammonium nitrate increases. Now therefore there is no correlation between the solubility and exothermicity or endothermicity. Again, for example, solubilities of NaBr such salts such as the sodium bromide, sodium chloride, calcium chloride, potassium chloride changes slightly with temperature. The solubility of this solvent change only slightly with increasing temperature. But the solubility of KNO3, potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate, and that is the potassium bromide increases appreciably with increasing temperature. Their solubility increases appreciably with increasing temperature. But there are the substances such as the solubility of sodium sulfate decrease with increase of temperature. What this shows? This shows that there is no direct correlation between the solubility and exothermicity or endothermicity. So again the solubility of gases usually decreases with increase of temperature. This is also important about in case of the gases. The solubility of gases decreases with increase of temperature. That means oxygen dissolves in water when the water is very cool. That means in the summer season, the aquatic animals generally go into the bottom of the water bodies, because at the bottom of the water bodies in summer season there is very less temperature and there is maximum oxygen get dissolved into that cold water. Now that is the reason why the aquatic animals always go at the bottom during the summer season, because as the temperature decreases, the solubility of oxygen in water increases. Remember that. So the solubility of the gases usually decreases with increase in temperature. At higher temperature, less gases dissolve into the water. Because when gases are dissolved in water, the gas molecule in liquid phase are condensed. When gases dissolve in water, their gas molecule into that liquid phase get condensed, and we know that the condensation process is the exothermic process. When condensation occur? Condensation generally occur when there is, that is the evolution of the heat. So condensation process generally an exothermic process. That means on evolution of heat there is condensation, and when the gas molecules dissolves into the water, what happened? They get condensed, and the condensation process is the exothermic process. So the solubility of gases in water must decrease on increasing temperature. Remember that, as condensation process is exothermic, so more and more gases molecule condense at lower temperature, and at lower temperature the solubility of the gases in water increases. But process slows down and less gases dissolve into the water, and therefore the solubility of the gases generally in water decreases on increasing the temperature. Remember that. Now the next, that is the effect of pressure on solubility. Now this, in case of solids and liquids, there is no any effect of pressure on the solubility of that, because there is no effect, because solids and liquids are incompressible. So pressure does not affect on the solubility of solid and liquid into the gases, into the solvents. But gases are very that is the, they get very affect, they greatly affect by the pressure, because gases are compressible. On increasing the pressure, gases get compressed, and this increase in pressure also increases the solubility of the gases into the liquid. But the solubility of solid and liquids does not have any effect on their solubility into the solvents. So pressure has no effect on solubility of solids and liquid, because solids and liquids are incompressible. Remember that. However, pressure greatly affects solubility of gases in liquids. That is, solubility of gas increases with increasing the pressure. As pressure increases, solubility of the gas also increases. Remember that. That means solubility of gas is directly proportional to the pressure, and that is the Henry's law. So the quantitative relationship between the solubility of gas in liquid is given by Henry's law. Now what is this Henry law? That is very important law. The Henry's law is that it states that the solubility of gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas over the solution. The solubility of the gas is directly proportional to the pressure of that gas on the solution, and thus this solubility is directly proportional to P. Now let us again learn what is this formula. This becomes. Now again pay attention students on the blackboard. Now this Henry's law, that is the solubility of the gas in the liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of that gas over the solution. That is, solubility is directly proportional to pressure. So solubility is equal to kH into pressure. Now this kH is called as the Henry's law constant, which is the proportionality constant. So where S is the solubility of the gas. In moles per liter, we know the unit of the solubility of the gas, that is moles per liter. P is the pressure of the gas in bar over the solution. kH is the proportionality constant called as the Henry's law constants. So this is the expression of the Henry's law, that is very important expression. S is equal to kH into P. Now here the units of kH, how we calculate the unit of the kH? Now as S is equal to kH into P, so kH is equal to S divided by P. So kH is equal to S divided by P here. So the unit of solubility is moles per liter and unit of pressure is bar. So that is equal to moles per liter per bar, because bar is to the denominator side. So moles per liter per bar, this is the unit of that of the Henry's law constant. Remember that. Now here P is equal to 1 bar. If we take the pressure as 1 bar, then what becomes? Here kH is equal to S divided by 1, and that is kH is equal to S. So what is Henry's law constant? Henry's law constant is nothing but it is the solubility of the gas when pressure of that gas is 1 bar. So thus kH, Henry's law constant, is defined as solubility of the gas in liquid when its pressure over the solution is 1 bar, because when pressure is 1, kH is equal to S, that is the solubility. We will learn the numericals on Henry's law into the next lecture. But students, if you understand very well these factors which affects the solubility of the substances, that are the 3 factors, that is nature of solute and solvent, nature of, that is the effect of temperature on the solubility and effect of pressure on the solubility very well, then you can like, share and subscribe this video, and also you can share the link to the another students and tell them to like, share and subscribe, so as maximum students are benefited by this video. Thank you for watching this video.